It is day 71 of Milwordy, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I haven't written a thing. It is day 72 of Milwordy. It is 1:28 in the afternoon. I have to go pick up my son at about 2:30. I have today off. I've critiqued 2 chapters, so I got that going for me. But I definitely need to get some writing done because guess what? I didn't write a single word yesterday. I did critique a chapter yesterday, but I didn't write a word yesterday. So now I am 44 words in for today. And since I got to leave at 2:30, I figure I'm going to give myself this hour. It's 1:29, so my time's less now. I'm going to give myself 1 hour to write as many words as possible. I think I can do this. All right, it is 2:31 right now. My alarm just went off that I need to get ready. I still have like 5 minutes to get ready, so it's not like I gotta leave now. But I was able to write 1,146 in that hour. I could have written more. There was a few times where I got distracted by the TV. I was watching Armageddon, and it brought tears to my eyes again, as it always does, because I'm a sap. But 1,146, I'm happy with that because my goal for today is to do 2,000 words to slowly catch up. And my dream goal for today, if it's even possible, it's not going to be, is 4,000 words. So if I'm just able to get 900 words after I get my son from pre-K, I'm happy with that. It is 10:35 p.m. and I was able to write not 900 extra words, but 1,100 extra words. So I'm at 2,246 for the day, which means I'm still 2,100 off from catching up on NaNoWriMo. But combine that with what I need to write tomorrow, which would be, 3,700 words I would need to write to catch up. But it's okay. Because Nano is like my 4th goal down the line. The goal is I'm still writing every day. Okay, I didn't write yesterday. But the goal is I'm going to finish this book in November. Yeah, that's the goal. It is day 73 of NaNoWriMo. Wow. It is day 73 of Milwordy. Doing great. NaNoWriMo, I was at like 15,000 words and I was just happy to be there. Kind of behind on my words per day average, but I was like, you know what, it's okay if I just get to 1,667, I'll be fine. I was able to write 2,045 today. I am catching up slowly but surely. It's good. I'm happy. Milwordy's going good. NaNoWriMo is moving, and that's all I can ask for. And I also ended up throwing in an extra scene that I didn't prepare to, but I'm kind of happy because it sets me up for a future scene. So more is happening on the page than behind the scenes. So we're going to see how this works. But yeah, I'm happy. We're going to go with that. Okay, we're on day 75 of Milwordy. It is the 14th of NaNoWriMo. I wrote 2,256 words today. It is, what time? It's like 5 minutes till 2 o'clock. I'm really happy with that. My best ever in one day was 2,700. So I'm wondering if once I take a break, because my brain's about to explode, once I take a break, I want to see where my numbers will be at the end of the day. And right now, I'm just writing. This is all drafting. I have not done any critiquing today. And I also didn't do any yesterday. I probably need to do that because the website I use cycles through every Tuesday, and I want to make sure that I read the chapters that my friends have posted, especially because I'm kind of addicted to their stories now. So, but yeah, day 75, going strong. And I'm still like 3,000 off Milwordy words. So we'll see where I'm at. Yay. All right, it is day 76 of Milwordy. And I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but I've actually been reading the 5,000 words per hour book by Chris Fox. I downloaded that on my Kindle, which Then I found out he's offering it for free off his website, so there's that. But one of the things in there is doing these small sprints, and I need to start doing them every day. I've out of the past 3 days, I've done them twice. Kind of need to do it again. But one thing that I also need to do is to cover my screen, because I have a tendency that when I mistype, and if anybody's seen me in the comments section of the live streams, I mistype a lot. But I have a tendency to want to go back and fix it. Well, I need to stop doing that. I'm not going to get the words I need to if I keep on going back and fixing my mistypes. So here's my method. I grabbed my little note paper where I've been writing comments on, flipped it around, and I have it covering my screen now. So we're going to see if this works, and I'm going to see how many words I can get in 5 minutes. Before I tell you how I did on that 5-minute sprint, let me tell you a little bit about the 5,000 words per hour that Chris Fox did. Pretty much, he believes in the way to get your numbers increased throughout the entire day is to make yourself better in these small time crunches. And in these little tiny sprints that you do, you should have like a quick paragraph explaining what you're trying to write. So that way you have a reference point, so that as you type, you're like, wait, what happens next? Read it real quick and then keep typing. So frame of reference, I've only been doing 5-minute sprints, and then I multiply the number that I get by 12 to get to the words per hour. And the reason you want to get to the words per hour is because that is the number that you're going to try to get to at the end of all this. And what's kind of beautiful about it is that because it's such a large time span, then the tiny onesie twosies changes that you make at the 5-minute level will definitely show an impact at the hour level. The first day I did this, I was able to write 178 words in 5 minutes. Then multiply that by 12, that gives me a 2,136 words per hour. Day 2 that I did this, I only wrote 155 words per the 5 minutes. Multiply that by 12, got to 1,860 per hour if given I could sustain that effort. Now, day 3, which is technically day 4 because I skipped day 3, I tried the method of covering my screen because I like to correct typos and such like that. And let me tell you, I typed everything out, and I wrote 236 words in 5 minutes, but every single sentence had something mistyped, capitalized that shouldn't have been, space where it wasn't needed. I actually forgot to press enter and separate paragraphs at times. I forgot the quotation marks for an entire line of dialogue. Yeah, but 236 words would give me a 2,832 words per hour. So if I can continue getting better at these 5-minute sprints, I might be able to knock out a lot of words. The one thing that I haven't quite figured out, and I'm still in the middle of the book, I admit, is he talks about he was able to draft his book in 13 days. Then it took another 7 days of editing after that. Well, what I remember so far and what I've learned about AuthorTube and trying to be an author and writing your novel and stuff is that you're supposed to let your work rest before you touch it. And I haven't read him mentioning about letting your work rest. And I expect, like, if you're typing as fast as he is and you have as many typos as I have, you want to get back to it as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you might have a situation of what the hell was I trying to say? But I think maybe after that first editing pass, maybe that's when he lets it rest. That's what I'm assuming. I haven't gotten to that part in the book if he mentions it at all. Just throwing that out there. But for myself, I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Which means once I finish Project Parallel, I think I'm going to immediately turn around and start editing it. For the first round of edits, because right now it's mostly dialogue. There's not much description. Go back in, edit those because it's fresh in my mind. And then I'm going to let it rest and do another round of edits later. And then I'll send it out for critique partners, beta readers, or alpha readers, what have you. So, yeah. All right. Well, day 75, and I only got 236 words written. All right. Well, we're nearing the end because I am showing you what I've done. I got my column here that has all my nano should be numbers, which is pretty much 1667 added to the number previous. And then I got my total for Project Parallel. Now, I actually need to change this top to actuals because that number for therapy sessions edit, that 717, y'all might remember me talking about rewriting the final chapter of that. And my idea is, since I'm going to count the couple sessions, the drafting of couple sessions in NaNoWriMo, because I'm not going to reach the 50K just with Project Parallel, then I might as well count drafting or redrafting from scratch the final chapter of therapy sessions, even though it's marked as an edit, but I pretty much rewrote the entire last chapter, so that still counts. So now if we take where I am so far with the project and subtract where I should be at a minimum at the project, we only see a difference of 495 words, but hey, that's 495 words in the positive. And if I didn't count that drafting rewrite of therapy sessions, I would be like 300 words in the negative. So either way, I wrote about every single day. Okay, fine, except for 10 November, in project sessions. And we're going to see how that affects my numbers on the main page in a little bit. But here at the bottom, you see I'm at 115,000 and the goal was 166. So when we multiply the average words per day that I should get to reach my goal, multiply that by 77 days, I'm doing really good, which is making me feel pretty good about even skipping some days or just not writing at all over Thanksgiving. I'm really wanting to focus on family with that, but I'll go into that in more detail later. So main page, I mean, it's self-explanatory. You know what I'm talking about here. I only got like 50,000 words for the rest of the month. And then look at that beautiful November number. I'm almost surpassing what I did in September, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in the positive. Now, December is going to be even better because in December, I'm going to be editing therapy sessions. I'm going to be editing Project Parallel. I'm probably going to put a couple sessions on hold on drafting, but that's okay. So now if we take that average words per day that I'm shooting towards, technically, and surpassing at times, and multiply that by 77, because we're 77 days in, you see I'm well over my 470,000, I'm well over the Milwordy goal by like 50,000 words. Kind of happy with that. Pretty happy with that. I mean, shoot, you see up there week 11, 417 is where I started, and obviously I've done like 50,000 words over that. All right, so here's my Project Parallel set up at 26,000, but remember we got 717 words from therapy sessions edit, which was technically a draft. And I'm kind of liking this chart a little bit more because November is looking pretty simplified, where I have just critiquing, just reading, just editing, and Project Parallel drafting. And I'm a little worried because my critiquing and reading are already at like half what these other numbers are at, and actually even over half for previous months. And it makes me wonder if I'm going to go over, but then I also remember that I'm going to be reining myself back at the end of November, so we're going to see where that's at. Now let's look at my other chart, which will have, down to the basics of writing, reading, and editing. Again, my numbers are looking fabulous for writing. Writing is great. I've surpassed what I've done in previous months. Editing, not so much, but in December I'm going to be editing more, so I'm not worried. Reading, I mean, I just explained it. I hope I don't equal or go over what I've done in past months, but we'll see where that ends up. Editing, already know I'm going to be kind of low. It's fine. We're okay with it. And now I have a new chart for y'all that I created. Thanks to Zara Hoffman, she had a kind of day-by-day comparison between the months. And I kind of like this because if you look at November, October, and September, around the 10th, well, not the 10th because I didn't write anything on the 10th of November, but around the 11th and 12th of November, that's a spike. And I said of November, but I mean of any of the months. Even October had a little bit of a peak there. And then also around near the end of the month, I'm noticing a peak as well. And I didn't realize I was so tied to the months. I might have to tie this to something else this monthly, but that's a more private video, so I won't do that. But I think it would be interesting to see if it affects me at all. Am I more creative or in a slump in those days? I gotta figure that one out. But yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with Milwordy, and I'm gonna let myself finish this off. You just saw the spreadsheet, which kind of lets you know it's the end of week 11. It's the end of day 77 right now. It is 2 minutes until 11 o'clock at night. I need to go to bed. But I just wanted to say I am really happy for this week because on the NaNoWriMo relay, I was able to write the most amount of words I've ever written in one day, drafting wise. Oh, no. I did write more when I was drafting my first manuscript. I did like a 4,000 day, but still, the fact that I was able to do 3,451, if I remember correctly, in one day, I thought that was really cool with the NaNoWriMo relay. And I enjoyed hosting my own little power hour in there. I'll make sure to link here the playlist if you want to go back and go through the relays. I mean, I didn't write November 10th, but that's okay. I'm still writing really well, and I just got like 3 more chapters left. Today, I didn't think I was going to write much at all, and from 8:10 to about 10:30-ish, I was writing the whole time. Okay, not the whole time. I kept on, like, I put my son to bed, I folded some clothes, I did some other stuff, so I got distracted a bit, but I was able to do 1,900 something words. I forget how much, but either way, it was good. So I'm trying this brainstorm while I'm doing other things, and then that way I'm more productive when I write with it too. And I'm doing shorter sprints, like even sometimes 20 minutes is too long, like 5 minutes. If I wrote a quick blurb of what's going to happen, I write for 5 minutes, and I've been pretty consistent of over 180 words or higher in that 5 minutes. So I'm kind of happy with that. Hell, even up to like 240 something I had it at one point in a 5 minute span. So since I'm doing so well with Milwordy and Nano, I plan to bring in another project to help get me to that 50,000, but if I don't get it, it's okay. But I plan Thanksgiving week to focus on family. I either get the minimum words and stop, or I just don't write as much. And Milwordy isn't going to fall behind. Nano might fall behind, but that's okay. That's why I was goal number 4 on my list. And December is apparently going to be an editing month for me. Maybe not for Project Parallel. I think I'm going to let it sit for a bit, but I do have a lot of editing with therapy sessions, so we'll do with that. Yeah, comment down below. What are your plans for December? How do you think Nano's going? In the sense of, do you have secondary goals? As you know, I'm a big fan of multi-goals. That way you don't feel so bad if you don't reach the dream goal. You have some other goals for you to achieve and realize you are making progress, even though it's not what you originally set out to do. Comment down below with those goals and how you're doing, and how do you plan to spend Thanksgiving? Is writing going to be in the forefront, or is family going to be, or do you have the perfect balance between both
If so, please comment and tell me your secrets. I'm gonna head out. I'll see y'all at the end of week 12 then.